Welcome. So, my generation's probably one of the first generations to really think about life in terms of what they want to do, and in looking for things that feel good for them to do. Our parents and grandparents, for the most part, were thrown into life at a pretty young age. They needed to make a living. They needed to settle down, raise a family. This is the way humanity has done it for thousands of years, with very few exceptions. And now, because of our wealth and technology, we are kind of freed up in many ways, at least in developed countries. Like a lot of young people with opportunities have this problem where we aren't forced by necessity to do anything because it's pretty easy to make money. It's pretty easy to pay the rent. And so a lot of young people, they don't want to jump into having a family or having kids or even getting married. And so we kind of listlessly wander around life looking for some kind of meaning. And I think that we're waiting for something that makes us feel good and inspires us before we pull the trigger and pursue it with more energy in life. And so you see a lot of people who are excited about their work. They're only excited because they're making a lot of money or getting a lot of attention many times. Not a lot of people are excited about jobs that are just kind of like, feel like duty, right? But what I kind of want to talk about today is how when we get an inspiration to do something, it doesn't mean we're going to feel inspired every day to do it. But I think we should still be true to that initial inspiration. A lot of people get inspired to, make a podcast or raise a family or whatever it is, quit their job and travel. Any one of these things that are inspiring to us in the moment can also become very difficult later on. And we can start to second guess ourselves and wonder if we made the right decision and wonder if we should start looking for something else that feels better for us. And I guess what I've been reflecting on is that a lot of people do get these like drives and inspirations at one point or another in their life, sometimes many times, but they don't follow up on it because following up on it requires this work ethic, right? This drive to just say, even if I don't feel like doing it today, I'm going to do it. And anyone who's been successful at anything, whether it's a sport or a job, knows what I'm talking about. And I think it's just important for us to bear in mind that that's the way life is. And it's probably the way life's supposed to be, that we're supposed to follow up on our dreams with a sort of work ethic that might not always feel inspired to us, but that's the way we build an inspiring life. And then when we show up every day and do the work, even if it feels like drudgery to follow through on our dreams and inspirations, the moments of inspiration will come back to us, but probably not in the moment of our choosing. And so it's really only up to us to follow through on what we know we love and what we know we want to do, and just stick with it. And stick with it, especially when it's hard, especially when we don't want to. And just keep remembering that there's a reason we did it. We felt the inspiration. We felt it was right to do. And so we're just going to go do the legwork then to make the dream a reality. But building a dream doesn't have to be that fun. Building a dream can be a lot of work. And in those days of hard work, you'll get moments of clarity and inspiration and gratitude for what you're doing. But maybe more times than not, you'll feel these doubts like, oh, I wish life was easier. I wish I wasn't doing X, Y, or Z. And in those moments, our society right now, with its emphasis on ease, is not very good at it, motivating us to stick with what we know to be right in our lives.